I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, starting off with what I might say is that Paul's gone, so we're not having his.
And he thought today was a funeral and it was yesterday, so he isn't actually working today.
Oh, okay.
He called me.
Same
The
old.
only thing he said, he was trying to find some new door locks, because that one lock down at the hall shop, it keeps spinning in there and they can't hardly, just get one, put it on. And they're putting the snow plows together. They should be about done up Poison Patch. That's about it. I'm not sure what's going on. He said if they had to, we could call him or whatever, but he didn't really have much, so it's still slow. Wrapped up, ready for winter.
Yeah, it's kind of off the subject. I was bringing it up. I was thinking about, they passed that infrastructure thing. I don't know if we can get any money for the fixing up some more roads, non-maintained roads, so we might keep that in mind.
Yeah, see what it's done, and what we can use it for, and like there's a couple spots, like that culvert down there on the Moon Road that we talked about. And a couple other culverts he was talking about. All the old culverts they put in years ago. Wasting time.
Okay, well, that wasn't on the agenda, so I guess we better quit
yeah.
talking about it. So we're on Georgetown Lake. It looks like we gained maybe a half inch or so.
I'd make a motion leave as is.
I'll second it.
Keep coming up. So we can.
So question, like in the years past, it hasn't been this bad, right? The kind of,
About 3 years ago, we were down. I think it was 3 years ago we were down. We got down below.
so like last year, how long did it take it to get back up?
Oh,
Last year we had a lot of water. We didn't have a problem last
Oh,
year.
you didn't have
No,
problems?
we flooded everybody last year.
yeah, we got that 3 inches one night, the next night, 3 inches rain. It gets poured up here, yeah.
So we just need a good rain and it's gonna come back.
Oh, yeah. If we'd ever get a good rain.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we just can't get one.
Yeah.
I
A
mean,
lot of it, what we're getting is going in the ground because it's so darn dry. That's the whole thing. I mean.
and we're getting nothing out there still. I mean, just nothing compared to normal. So, if that happens, yeah, we can bring it up pretty quick.
Then we can let it out. If it starts getting like we're gonna get the spillway, if we get up to the crest, then we can start dumping it back down the power plant.
Learning
So we got a motion and a second. No comments, it don't look like. Screen is black. So, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Then we're off till 9:10. Okay, we're back on to talk about the satellite office space for CPS, a written agreement, discussion and decision.
They've been talking, I talked to Jackie and them about it, and they said that they were gonna look at that contract, right, Blaine? For that rent, that room for 1 day a week.
Sorry.
DP.
Oh, yeah, I drafted up a similar type agreement as we had with Health in Granite County.
Ferguson, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to bring that down?
Well, they're kind
just
of, they
wanted to
want a decision of discussion. When they asked me, I said, well, it's gotta be in front of all of us.
Yeah,
And then and it should be up to Jackie and the nurse, if they have room, it's not gonna interfere.
Jackie brought it up with me and said they're work with them. My thought was it would help improve CPS services here to have them be there. It could be the draft agreement I drafted up said, they'd have insurance and they'd already have insurance and that it could be terminated, short notice in case you got, in case you didn't have the room. Jackie said she'd work with him. So.
Is she on?
No,
She was for it. So, if you want to call her, you
Yeah,
can.
I just, make sure that they're still good with it. All right.
any other public comment?
Hey, are you guys still good? Are you guys good with that CPS? Do you wanna get on Zoom and explain that? So we just need to know, cause it's up to you guys, not, cause we don't know. All right, just get on there and then give us she's gonna get on there quick and
Okay.
see, they talked about a score yesterday, it's just as easy as she said it.
So that's just something that the county is giving their,
Your blessing to
Yeah.
it, yeah.
I'm trying to think of the word.
There really wasn't, and I don't know how much money they'd have for rent, but we didn't include paying rent. It's kind of be able to use it and take care of it. Same type deal we had with Healthy Granite County. Now, working out great.
You on there?
Yeah,
So-
she's getting on. Connecting her.
Nice to have that building down there.
Jackie, you on?
Yeah, I'm sending her request to unmute. There she is.
Yes, sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, Deb and I talked about it yesterday and it's fine, I guess, if they want to use the building, but if we have further services for, public health, we'll probably, depending on those days, because we already have Granite Healthy Granite comes in on Wednesdays. And I'm not sure what day they were thinking of coming. The Courtney gal from the head of CPS really never told me. I think they're probably looking at Tuesdays.
Well, Jackie, this is plain as is written, it says they'll have to be mutually agreed, so you'd have to agree to it. And it can be terminated with short notice in case you do need this, need
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, well, I think they're just looking for a satellite place is kind of what the conversation I had with them and, because there's not a lot of office places to, set up an office in Drummond. So that's kind of what they were looking for.
Righty.
So it's in Drummond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And, and I don't know if there were some concerns, with safety wise or whatnot, but I know when I'm not here and Healthy Granite's here, they do keep this door locked because, they have clients coming in and out. So, and that's something I could talk to Courtney Callahan about also, if that's a concern that, that has been brought up to others. So, okay.
I'd just leave it up to you guys to figure it out if it'll work or not. And we'll
Right.
give you or say, go ahead, but it's totally up to you guys, knowing whether there's room or days or whatever.
Do you want the
Okay.
committee to wait a bit on it and table it, or make a decision today, Jackie?
Well, Courtney, when she had said she had to present the agreement that you had drawn up, Blaine, to the legal team. And I would just assume she speak with you after the legal team is agreed or not agreed. I guess if they don't agree with the agreement you pulled up or, drew up, then that's off the table. But I would just assume Courtney or somebody from CPS visit with you guys also. So,
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds like,
Yeah, I mean,
Probably gonna like it, but they may have some ideas there for changes.
right, and I haven't heard back from her. After you had sent it last week or maybe the week before, then she presented it to her legal team for review, so, and I haven't heard back from her.
So I just suggest it be tabled for a week and they give them time to get back to it.
Okay, and then I can, if I hear anything from her, I can just forward it to you and to Billy, if that's okay.
Well, can we make a motion that CPS's legal team agrees, then we'll go ahead and
So they can move on.
just get it, go instead of having to table it.
That'd work too.
Yeah.
Conditional upon them.
Yeah.
agreeing to it.
That
So
motion?
I'll make a motion that when CPS's legal team decides on our contract, that we give office space to CPS.
Or just enter into the agreement.
In our agreement.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any other public comment?
Nothing on here.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. We're off until 9:25. Okay, we're back on for the request for reimbursement number 4 for Riddick Field and year-end financial reporting for the FAA. Discussion and decision. And looks like the final amount is $6,800. I guess we're looking for a motion.
Give an update on when the master plan will be done.
I haven't heard a thing.
Everything.
I do know, I talked to Ernie Paul came to my office and he said that they're working on it. So, but
Guess I'll make the motion, go ahead with the request for reimbursement number 4.
I'll second it.
Is there any public discussion on Zoom or here?
Nothing on here.
This is all just procedure.
Yeah.
yeah, they do the work.
Yeah.
Get paid and get reimbursed.
And then we ask for the money and then give it to them.
So all those in favor say aye.
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 And then there's also the year-end financial report. I don't know if you need a separate motion for that.
What's that?
I don't know, do you need a separate motion for your financial report? Probably.
Yeah, we might as well do it. Well, I'll make the motion to accept the financial report.
Second.
Well,
Any public discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 I was just wondering if I could change donation myself. I know, I wanna go shopping. Do I have to sign anything or just tell you? Okay, okay, I can't remember, I think I changed it last year, because when I first started, it was not very many months, until, and then, okay. I will do it.
Okay, we're off until 9:35. Okay, now it's time for a comprehensive county plan for substance abuse prevention, rehabilitation, treatment, alcohol tax distribution.
So that's actually this thing. Do you guys remember when I gave you this like a while ago? So it is like a series of drop-down menus to fill it all out. And, so is what I did in order to fill it out, is I talked to Curtis Weiler, I think is his name, and he's the program director for DPHHS. I got a lot of great information from him. And then I connected with Kylie Blackwell, and she is the head program director person for Western Montana Addiction Services. I talked to her. She has said they have had a lot of difficulties keeping this Anaconda office open. But she is hopeful that they have remedied that. But she kind of helped me go through and fill out the plan as well. And then I talked to Healthy Granite County Network, because a lot of the prevention for substance abuse now includes behavioral health. They do a lot of behavioral health. And then I talked to the sheriff's office. I talked to Judge Fratsky. I just kind of networked, kind of see and have other people read it. But I talked to public health because we have that CIT grant. And we have a mental health coordinator working in our building. We have Robin, do you know her last name? Guru? She's our mental health coordinator, starting that mental health coalition, which is also part of the preventative stuff that's part of this. So I wrote that into our plan. And then working with Kaylee, I asked her if a way that we can use some of this money coming through would be for, to kind of make telehealth portals, since so much of the time there's not a way, like if you were to get a DUI, you don't have a way to get to Anaconda to go to treatment. And a lot of times that office hasn't been open. So she said she would work with us to get equipment to actually have like a telehealth portal set up in our public health offices, so you could come in and use that for your Zoom, for your inpatient, outpatient, or
Okay,
your outpatient.
so question, so what you're saying is then,
Yes.
this money here is normally what we send out because we don't have any of the facilities, and we'd send it to Anaconda, and what
Yes.
you're saying is you're filling it out so that we can keep it? Or is it still gonna go to,
So it's still always,
designation.
it's still gonna go there,
okay,
because that's, we sign that, I think, every March is when that comes through, and we have one place to designate to. And the only place that we have to designate to is Western Montana Addiction Services. So when I wrote this plan, I worked with all these different agencies to figure out like what we need in our county, and what, like Healthy Granite County Network, what Robin as our mental health coordinator through the CIT grant, like what they're already doing and what our needs are. And then I talked to Kaylee to go through and say, hey, what do we need, and with this money, what are you gonna do? And then that's how I wrote the plan.
okay, so this is, you completed it and it's ready to go, or it's already been turned in?
Yeah, you guys just need to review it and let me know if you want any changes, and if you do, I can make those adjustments. And if you like it the way it is, you can sign it and I will submit it back to Curtis.
So you did a great job here. I think
you.
that I would make a motion that the county plan be sent in.
Second.
Did you look at it?
No, I haven't.
This is a form that apparently Granite County hasn't filled out in a lot of years, and so they found that it had to be filled out, and so Billy got that job and did her homework and filled it out. And so how long is this?
I
Gonna
think the
be-
last time it was updated was 6 years ago, so I don't know if it gets updated every 6 years. But I don't know, I have great conversations with lots of different people on how these different things all connect, and what like different people would like to see that work in these different spaces in our county, and what they see as needs. And
Well,
How these
thanks for
things
taking
work.
charge on this.
Yeah.
Getting her done.
yeah. Oh, also, this is fun. I'll pass this around to you. When I talked to Healthy Granite County Network, Kayla gave me this super cool thing. This is how many they have, how many clients they have, and how much work they've done since they started with their grant, and how many people they're serving. which is kind of cool.
Okay, what was the motion again?
I make the motion that
We
we
just approve
accept the
the plan.
comprehensive county plan and get it sent in for the abuse prevention, rehabilitation, and treatment.
Okay, well, we had a second, so is there any public comment? Gail?
I thank you, Billy, for doing that, because I just want to say that I think we as public officials, sometimes we check the box by sending our money to whatever helps us check the box. And so this is actually bringing it back to the county. And I know of people in Drummond, kids and adults that have benefit from this. So thank you.
All right, any other public comment?
Nothing on Zoom?
Hmm?
Nothing on Zoom.
Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're off until 9:45. Okay, now it's time for ARPA agreement with Town of Drummond, discussion and decision.
So we did this with the town of Phillipsburg already with the pass through that pass-through funding. So this is a similar type of agreement. They're using their monies for a little different type
The
of
sewer,
things, yeah.
Two cell lagoon.
Hmm.
A 2-cell lagoon, we'll use it for, to change our 1 cell into a 2 cell.
and so how much are they getting then?
Half of that.
Half of the 500.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that was my question to Blaine, was like, cause it says 501, but I know we're just getting half, but like Blaine explained to me that this is just Mako wanting to make sure that you guys have something written down.
We already sent them a letter stating, outlining the agreement. This is kind of, sometimes agreements are just more reminding what you agreed to do.
And we're not on the hook for anything, right?
Correct. I mean, other than that,
Recording.
yeah, be going through the application process and then, yeah, doing the taking care of the accounting on that administration. So there'd be some time on that, but no financial. The is the town of Drummond gonna use a liaison like more, something like Maureen, or are you just gonna be the?
No, we're going strictly through our engineering.
Okay,
You're what, going through?
Our engineering firm,
so Brad,
triple three, yeah.
Should that be put it on there instead of contract person or in common? Did you read that?
Yeah, but it's
Does that mean-
because it's us, it's the town, I think we have to,
we could change that to Brad,
If-
or, yeah.
if you want to.
I mean,
that's
it's up to you, it's all fine.
I always have
Yeah, we
our,
got it made up, and we could, I just didn't know if that was supposed to be on there.
I had our lawyer look it over too, and she found it to be, but whatever, however you guys want it to say.
Well, I don't
it's
wanna make
fine.
a big deal out of it, I just didn't know if that was supposed to be there.
So,
It's all right.
that it output,
Oh, we got
was
it.
it triple?
We got it made up,
Triple
so we can do it right now, I believe it. If you guys are all right with it? If they're all right,
Their motion,
I'll make a motion to go ahead with the ARPA agreement with the town of Drummond.
I'll second it.
any public comment on Zoom?
Yeah.
And I guess none here, so all in favor say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
One thing it contemplates is we'll attach the application.
Absolutely. We'll be coming up as the process goes through, even from our side, to give you guys an update. at each point. I have one. Oh, you mean
Sign.
that sign one? Sure, that would be great.
Okay, we are off until 10. Okay, now it's time for a Granite Headwaters Watershed Group and Granite Conservation District request for letter of support for a grant application.
And this, I thought Maureen would be here for this. This is something she asked me to put on the agenda for a grant that she's working on with Conservation District, and I think Trout Unlimited is working with them on it.
I'm not signing this, I guess.
And yeah, I think.
Is this the one though that they're trying to get an
Yeah.
administrator to do the training? Cause that's what you gave
Yeah.
them the money,
Gave them money
to
to,
help towards that.
so this is,
Remember that?
yeah,
Yeah, and I don't know, they haven't told me specifically what the grant's for or anything, just that they are going to come, that they were seeking a letter of support.
like Scott, what you were worried about, remember, is that we gave them the money, were they gonna apply for the grant? And they are applying for the grant, so,
Yeah, that's why you gave them.
yeah, that's why I gave them money.
If this, yeah, I assume
I-
that's what
Yeah,
this
I
is.
think,
You
yeah,
could do a motion conditional upon obtaining that, it's that grant for administrators.
well, I don't even think we could do that, we gave them the money and we were wondering if they were gonna do it, and they did it. So there, this shows that they are trying to get the grant, and I think a letter of approval of support from the commissioners from Granite County would be a good thing. My opinion. Just me.
Is that a motion?
Do we need to listen for anything? Is she gonna get, are we just gonna,
Betty Eunice has a
Why would
comment.
she put it on and not be here? I mean, explain, I mean, I guess that's what gets me, if they want help, we have to.
Betty, what do you have?
Oh, I'm just wondering, I looked on their website. I couldn't find any application. I was just interested in what the heck the details of this are, and I'd urge you to hold on until you have a chance to see exactly what you're supporting before you sign off on it. Because I couldn't find anything, and I'd asked Jackie Ann about it, and once again, I didn't see anything that I just would be very interested in knowing what it is.
That's kind of my opinion, I guess.
How about we table it until Maureen comes in and talks?
well, from what I understand, what this was is when the Conservation District approached us, they were wanting to get this grant money. They needed money down to apply for this grant for personnel to help with training for the Conservation District. I mean, they were the ones that came and approached us, and we put that money into our CARES Act that we were giving out to,
30.
Yeah,
30,000?
Well, I thought it was more to make a job, they were gonna put that money towards hiring somebody to help.
yeah, and they have to do a grant to do
That
it.
one is Karen Peterson's retiring, so that's for Karen Peterson's job, that posting.
That's a different one.
Yeah, that is.
Grant was for, yeah, administrator, they would be paid, that would
Yeah.
oversee their training. But I don't know more than that, just from what they said.
I guess, my opinion, I just should wait here, I don't know, I'm just.
So I understand that, yeah, we can wait until. But that's what my understanding is. This is the main reason that they asked us for the money that we gave them, because they needed to match some kind of funds to apply for this grant.
That
For-
grant would
yeah.
pay for a new person.
Yes, would pay for another person.
I guess that's why I don't understand, we're giving them money and then they put it towards something, if I didn't use the money towards.
They need that money for, I think, a match.
That's, I don't know.
So should we table it until
Yeah.
Maureen comes in? Table then. Okay, we're off until 10:15. Okay, now is the time for resolution 2021-16, approving ballot issue for primary election in 2022, whether to prohibit adult use recreational marijuana dispensaries or not in Granite County. First reading discussion. So anybody wants to talk about it, go ahead. I've read it, looks good to
You want
me.
me to give the background on it? Or pretty self-explanatory.
You want to give it?
The petition was, the template of the petition was approved by the county. They went out and got the requisite number of signatures, as verified by the Sarah Graham, election administrator. By statute, it should be on the ballot. They asked for it to be on the primary. That'll work. So, like I said, I don't encourage the commission to rubber stamp stuff, but here the statute was satisfied, so I encourage you to approve the resolution after 2 weeks.
Well, this would be something that the commission would definitely have to be on the ballot because everything's been done correctly. And so they can't not deny it to be on the ballot. They have the right.
Yeah.
for it to be on the
Violation of
ballot.
statute too.
Yeah.
It's online too, so if anybody wants to read it. Is there any discussion? Betty?
I just wondered, who is they?
Who is they?
Yeah, who brought it forward?
A group of people, or they?
Yeah. The McGill's and Heidi Hinkle.
Well,
And
actually,
others.
it was a
Yeah, and
petition,
others.
And others?
yeah, and others. It wasn't, it was
Yeah.
401 people signed a petition wanting this on the ballot. So it is a ballot issue that is requested and the commission is allowing it because the signatures were met. And it's a ballot issue that this public feels they want on the ballot.
I guess the
Obviously,
question.
Oh,
who did-
understood.
Go ahead, Betty.
Oh, I was just interested in what the sentiment was behind it. I understand that this is a process and they fulfilled the requirements that they have, so it'll be on the ballot. I just was wondering the sentiments behind it, if people were supporting it or against it.
I guess we'll know after they vote.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to
I
tell.
can't say, I wasn't with them.
You know, the
Why-
ballot initiative that was on in, when was that? Was it last, 2 years ago? Passed in Granite County, so that there is a sentiment of, the government should stay out of it, but this will allow the voters to expressly look at the dispensaries.
I think people have learned a lot more since that first quote.
one thing too, Betty, is that I think the petitions are public knowledge. If you wanted to come in and the clerk and recorder's office and look at the petitions and see who signed it, you can do that, I'm pretty sure,
It's a public document.
Yeah.
But
public knowledge.
Any other comments?
Just one question, what's the legal process to have legal dispensaries is it on a county by county basis or?
Yes. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
Some
well-
cities are restricting, like Kalispell, didn't they restrict it?
I'll have to look and see, but based upon the statewide vote, it looked at how the counties voted on that marijuana initiative, I think it was an initiative, wasn't it? Where Granite County passed it, so dispensaries are legal right now in Granite County if they're licensed with the state. So,
Or will be after the first.
yeah,
So unless a county does not allow them, and then they might run into problems as well. If it's a statewide, if it's allowed.
so
The counties that didn't vote for it, they're out of it. They can't sell right now. A lot of eastern Montana counties are in that category.
And where was Granite County?
Granite, it passed in Granite County, basically it passed everything in western Montana, I think, maybe not everything, but every county. But pretty much in western Montana and around Billings and both, I think. I'm not
And-
sure.
and do you have any authorization on any of the taxes that are collected and their use within Granite County? Or can you add an additional tax to it or anything like that?
I think they can. They were
Yeah.
talking about that in Missoula.
Yeah. Could add an additional tax. That'd be by petition as well, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was.
So if dispensaries are not allowed in Granite County, then there would be no tax revenue. Is that what you're asking?
For recreational marijuana.
For
Just as if,
recreational
yeah, if you
marijuana?
had a tax onto it,
But then you
Yeah.
gotta look at the other costs that are gonna be involved in this. I mean, law enforcement and whatever. We
I
can-
guess that's my point exactly, just that what we've seen and everything that I've read and talking to law enforcement, it seems to be a contributor to other issues.
Yeah.
So if any revenues that come in go to someplace else, and Granite County, once again, you guys have to deal with the consequences of it. It's one more thing that we have limited dollars to deal with and limited law enforcement in a bigger county. So I just wondered, it was just for my information. Thank you.
Okay.
yeah, talking with the sheriff, he has talked to a lot of people that said marijuana has been a stepping stone drug. I know there's research out there that might counter that, but he's talked to actual people.
I don't think we can even state an issue of revenue coming in. This is a petition that was signed by the people and it has to go on the ballot. Let the people decide. There was 401 signatures and there's what, 2,000 registered voters. So let the people decide.
And just for clarification, at this point, it's fine to have a dispensary in Granite County. We have one, right?
For medical,
Yeah, for medical, but yes,
Okay,
but coming up on
January.
January 1st, yeah, they are in Granite County.
So are you asking on January 1st, can they have their recreational marijuana until we have the vote in June? Then I think they
That's correct,
can.
yeah, correct.
Is that your question?
Yes, yes. I just wanted a clarification. Thank you.
They do have to be licensed with the state, properly licensed.
So my question, Blaine, would be towards you, and I'm not having an opinion
Yeah,
about this, people.
no
I don't
opinion.
wanna get into an argument.
No.
I'm looking at it from the municipality side of it. Should it get voted against? How does that work in each municipality? Because we are in Granite County, but I think we're our own governing entity.
So
Does
the,
that still hold true?
yeah, this would be countywide. I'd have to research on whether a municipality could change that. It sounds like potentially Kalispell did.
yeah,
This-
so I don't think they restricted it. They just said, okay, it's gotta be in one part-time.
So I think the statute allows potentially a municipality to do a petition as well. So
Gotcha.
if that's the case, then they do their own petition for it, I guess. If it was-
Specifically because we don't have zoning, nor do we have zoning in Granite County
So, but this wouldn't,
for business.
yeah, but these statute wouldn't apply to zoning at all, wouldn't be tied to zoning.
So this would be, I think, Granite countywide. It wouldn't be municipal. That would be up to the municipalities if they felt that they wanted dispensaries within the
But they would have
limits.
to do this would, if this passes and they're prohibited, this could be countywide, but they could potentially do their own petition in Drummond
Yeah.
and have it on the ballot. I'd have to look at that.
Sure, I mean, it's something that we're gonna have to look at.
Yeah.
One way or another, just for nothing more to make sure all i's are dotted and t's are crossed.
Yeah, and you're right, there'd be no revenue if there's no dispensaries. There'd be no tax revenue for Granite County.
Any other comment?
And this, yeah, this does not cover medical marijuana at all. This is solely recreation.
I guess we'll be closed then until 10:45. If we have a personnel issue. Okay, now it's time for correspondence, and we'll start off with the notice to the public from Fish, Wildlife and Parks on the draft environmental assessment for developing a 1.5 acre private land fishing access on Rock Creek. You know where that's at? Must be down Lower Rock Creek.
It's at the bridge. I think it's the one. at
Oh, the one at the bridge.
The Gillis Bridge, the Kyle Burns Memorial Bridge,
Oh, okay.
I think. That was my interpretation.
Anyway, here's a decision notice. It looks like they're going ahead with it. Now we have an invitation to an open house. Well, Bill, Chuck, and Scott. I'm sure you do.
Little
From
blind side.
Great West.
Great Chuck and Scott. Come on, Great West.
I know.
Well, my first letter in my name is B. Maybe they just misspelled it.
Maybe.
Okay, the next one is an email from this person that doesn't like us letting people plow county roads. And they have a question. I agree. He says it's gonna come up and bite the county one day because we have all these non-maintained roads, and supposedly there's 100 individual that could, they have places beyond the or maintained roads. And he has, I think your agreement document is appropriate and asks for clarity, paragraphs 5 and 6, $1.5 thousand bond for road maintenance isn't clear if the bond applies to plowing also. I don't remember.
I thought we were just requiring insurance. I don't recall it.
There wasn't a bond, it was just you have to have insurance, so
Yeah,
that if
Yeah.
they
And the
do
county's
something
additional
road,
insurance. the,
This is one of them where they should take a picture before the snow hits and then next week. That way we have proof that Paul should take a picture of it.
If anyone wanted to do any work on the county road, should come and get in the commission agenda, and then there'll be need authorization through an agreement. That insurance will be required, like it's 1.5 million per occurrence, with the county being named as an additional insured. So I'm not sure what you're talking about with bond.
I'm not either.
Is there something else, or, maybe you should just come in, but
We usually.
Yeah, I think we should send him an email back and say, hey, come on in, we'll put you on this agenda, and
Then we can talk.
Well,
during
we're not
Paul's
given
time.
permission, that's the thing, right?
yeah,
I mean,
and haven't given it, so that maybe that's what he needs to hear is that
that we haven't
PR
given
needs to come
permission.
in to
Yeah.
get permission.
Then we'll have Paul there too, make sure he does it like on the morning that poor Paul can be here.
So
Hopefully
we're
Paul-
talking about the guy with the email, right?
Yeah. But hopefully Paul's able to talk to PRs and tell them they need to come in. Well,
Okay, that was it for correspondence. So now we're in public comment.
no camping with you two.
I was just gonna invite him in, but if you feel like you have better clarification, like what you wanna do.
Right. Can't let them know. Work on county roads.
Still waiting for public comment, if there's any. I don't think there's gonna be any. So we can do the minutes.
I make a motion that we accept the board minutes for November 2nd, 2021.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. No, I guess if somebody wants to get a hold of us, they can call Billy. So we'll be adjourned.
Adjourned.